Hello, magandang araw, magandang buhay sa inyong lahat. So, here I am again and dahil malapit na ang pasukan, so magsisimula na rin ako sa aking mga video discussions na sa palagay ko ay sana mayroong mga manonood na kinakailangan nila ng mga ganitong lessons. Lalo-lalo na ang mga senior high school students and of course teachers for reference. So, um, ilang linggo na lang magsisimula na ang Brigada Eskwela. Sa school namin, magsisimula kami sa 14. That will be next week hanggang 17 if I'm not mistaken. Kung tama ako sa naaalala ko tungkol sa announcement doon sa school namin. So tara, manood tayo at pakinggan ang aking video discussion at nakikita nyo naman sa inyong screen that we are going to talk about, or I am going to talk about the subject Contemporary Philippine Arts from the Regions or Cpar. So, ito ay pangmape. Pangmape ito. Pero ako ay hahawak ng Cpar subject. Okay, ngayong semester nitong school year 2023 and 2024. So, let's start with module number 1. And module number 1 is Arts in the Philippines. So, pasensya na kayo mga besh. Medyo hindi gaanong maganda ang aking prepare na PowerPoint presentation dahil medyo minadali ito. So, okay. Mayroon kayong makikitang mga arts from the region. So, tingnan ninyong maigi ang aking mga larawan. There are 3. Then, sagutan ang mga susunod na katanungan about these pictures. So, like for example, what do the pictures of arts present? And how these arts reflect the Philippine culture and tradition and development of Philippine arts. So, questions are actually uh, based on your perception and knowledge, previous knowledge from different subjects that you have encountered in your classroom with your different teachers. So you are free to answer these questions, and if you would like to participate, you may comment your answers sa ating comment section dito sa video na ito. Okay? So to start with, let us talk about the elements of art. So there are elements of arts. Number 1, the space. So what is a space? Usually in visual arts, space patterns to emptiness, which may either be positive space or negative space. So empty. So it has a space because it is empty. Diba? So when I say positive space, it refers to a part which enclosed in a shape. However, when we say negative space, it refers to the opposite part which shape is enclosing. So if you will see a box, inside the box that is a positive, and then outside the box is a negative shape, negative space. Okay? Like for example, which one is a negative and which one is a positive space? So, okay, yan. Yung puti and yung itim. So, that's the negative space. Yung puti, yung ang shape. Then, outside the puti is, outside the black is a negative space, yung puti. Yan. So, I hope everyone is watching at me right now. So, number two element is a line. Of course, what is a line? So in visual arts, a line is a series of connected points. Also, it may come in two characteristics. Based on form, it should be curved the dotted line, or the broken lines. And when it's a line in direction, it can be vertical line, it can be horizontal line, or a diagonal line. Okay? So it also have different types of lines, and it may convey different meanings. So in other words, if it is a dotted line, if it is a curved line, it conveys meaning. May meaning yon. If you are an artist, you can have that, and it has meaning. Hindi lang basta-basta mag-create ka ng dotted line. Anong ibig sabihin ng dotted line? Anong ibig sabihin ng curved line? So if you are really an artist, you have to know that. For example, if we draw a horizontal line, usually it suggests calmness. Tapos when we say, if we draw vertical lines naman, it conveys strength. And if we draw diagonal line naman, it creates an impression about action. And if you draw a curved line, it creates an impression of a gradual change of direction. And if you draw a circular line, it pertains an abrupt change of direction. Biglaang pagbago ng direction. Just like this one. Is it curved line, or what kind of line is this? Of course, it is curved. So if you draw this in your art, it conveys direction, or if there is a change in your direction. Another one is shape and form shape. Uh, shape and form shape is an area that is enclosed by a line or lines. So shape is number three. Shape has two-dimensional figures with height and width. There are different kinds of shapes, and these are geometric shapes. What are the geometric shapes? An example is triangle, the squares, the rectangle, and also shape. There's an organic shape. So ano ito? Ano naman itong mga organic shapes? Ito yung mga shape that can be found in nature. Like for example, the shape of a leaves, or the shape of leaves, di ba? The shape of uh, a corn, or the shape of fruit-bearing trees, di ba? So those are organic shape. And another one is the abstract shapes. Ano naman ito? These are asymmetrical and free-flowing shapes. Meanwhile, forms has three-dimensional or forms have three-dimensional figures. Its dimensions are the height, the width, and the volume. So unlike shapes, it has more depth. Diba? Like this one. So ito, what kind of shape is this? This is geometric shape. This one, what kind of shape is this? Is this organic, or is this abstract? Or how about these flowers, or this flower? Is it organic? Is it abstract? Or is it geometric? Okay? Number four is color. In visual arts, color is associated with the natural phenomenon in our environment. So, tingin lang kayo sa inyong environment, sa inyong surroundings, you will see color. You will see colors. Diba? Scientifically, when a light passes through a prism, it will produce different hues of different wavelengths. So these colors may pertain to lightness, the darkness, the coolness, and the warmth. Uh, Another one, which is number five, we have the value. So in visual arts, value is considered a property of color which pertains to its lightness or darkness. Like for example, ito, you will see na mula sa pagiging darker hanggang sa mapunta sa light color. So, value. If you are an artist, ang ginamit niya dito is the value. Okay? Number six is texture. So in visual arts, what is texture? Texture is the element that appeals to our sense of feel on things. Rough, smooth, is it bumpy, or is it slippery? So touch uh, the thing that you have. Like for example, if you have a notebook there, touch it, feel it. Anong nafe-feel niya? Is it bumpy? Is it smooth? So is it rough? So if you are talking about it, then you are talking about texture element. It pertains to the surface of an art piece. So we're done with the elements of arts. So mayroon tayong texture, mayroon tayong value, the color, the shape, and the line, and the first one is the space. Now let's move on to the next. Let's talk about the principle of art or principles of art. What are the principles of art? Number one, proportion. Proportion refers to the relationship of the size of elements in a body of art. So the relationship. For example, when drawing a human standing beside a house, it is important to ensure that the size of the human is proportional to the size of the house. Diba? So, kung nag-drawing kayo ng upuan, make sure na upuan is babagay sa size ng taong ginuhit ninyo. So, with that, you are talking about proportion. Okay? Number two is the harmony. When we say harmony in visual arts, it is the unity of artwork, specifically about the arrangement of the related elements. Number three is variety. In other terms, variety may be referred to as diversity. This means adding multiple different elements to break the monotony of an artwork and make it more interesting. Minsan kasi, sa isang art, parang pare-parehas na lang ang nakikita mo. Para magkaroon ng hindi monotonous, na hindi maboboard yung mga nakatingin or tumitingin sa art mo. In other words, para ma-appreciate nila, bakit kaya hindi mo kailangan ng variety of elements? Hindi mo lagyan ng variety of elements para maging interesting yung art. Another one is movement. Movement is the illusion of motion in painting. Like, for example, sculpture, design, or in a piece of art. Sa isang drawing or an art, paano mo malalagyan ng movement? Hindi naman gumagalaw yung art. So, if you are an artist, malalaman mo yon. And alam mo yan. Another one is rhythm. This refers to the repetition of certain elements to produce pattern. Like for example, line. Kung inulit-ulit mo yung broken line, there is rhythm. Diba? In visual arts, repeated design elements may create certain flow and it may lead to viewers' eyes. Diba? Number six is balance. Balance refers to the even and equal distribution of elements. Number seven is emphasis. Emphasis is a principle which may refer to the greater impact given on a certain element. So, emphasis. So these elements and principles of art are essential to understand the meaning of a piece of art clearly and deeply. So in relation to that, diverse art forms in the Philippines convey its meanings through the elements and principles present to them. So, as we describe some art forms from the various regions through the development of Philippine arts, let's use the elements and principles of arts to understand the art. So, in other words, para mas lalong mo maunawaan at maintindihan at ma-appreciate yung elements, bakit hindi natin pilitin na maintindihan yon? So, when you go to the mall, you will see different arts. Diba? So, bakit hindi mo intindihin kung nandun ba yung elements of, and principles of arts? Diba? So, for our quiz, so please study harder and malamang magbigay ako talaga ng quiz. Pero usually, pag first meeting pa lang, hindi naman talaga ako nagbibigay ng quiz. Di ba? Siguro magbibigay na lang ako ng konting activity lang para masubukan natin yung galing ninyo dito sa lesson or module number 1. Okay? So once again, maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig at panonood ng aking video. And para mas lalo nyo pang masundan ang aking mga discussions, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do hit that notification bell dyan sa aking video para mas updated kayo sa mga upcoming videos ko. Okay? So, until next time, see you. Bye-bye!